Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I want to show some of my non-sports cards. Some of these, they're not high value. Well, some of them I guess are, but I just want to kind of share a few of the things that I have as far as non-sports. Other than my Goodwin Champions, I have Buffalo Bill and stuff in there. I'm not going to share that, and I've shown that a lot previous videos. So it's going to be vintage. So I'm also not going to be showing Luke Skywalker, stuff like that, even though that kind of is vintage. But I'm going to start really in the 60s and with John F. Kennedy card. And this is the 1964 Rosen. And this is card number 6. And it's John F. Kennedy when he ventures into politics. And you can see in the back, talks about his history. There, war hero, and he was nominated there. So that's that. And then going back to some war stuff. Let's talk about the Horrors of War cards, and those are kind of neat. They have a lot of really great artwork in them, and some of them are pretty, they're violent because it's Horrors of War, but this is from the 1938 gum ink, and this one is the rebels take over, I think it's an American embassy here. Oh, yeah, take over Barcelona, that's what it is. So this is, you can see, one of 240. These are tough to find, but these I just found in, I think it was $3 or $4 each, and then I graded them. I have this one, and I have this one here. They're just cool artwork. Yeah, this is the one that has the American 38 gum ink, Horrors of War. This is attack on the American embassy, American legislation. At Addis Ababa, 1936. So these are really cool. The artwork on these are just really, really awesome. And I like this one because it's got the American flag there. Okay, so that's the 1938 gum Horrors of War. And right before that year, there was the 1936 Heroes of the Law. And this is the Death among the gravestones, and this has the gangsters and the good guys, like this looks like Dick Tracy and stuff like that. And there's a lot of cool cards there, but this is from 1936, and back in the days they made a lot of these type of cards, and it kind of tells the whole story in the back. See, so it tells you there the driver parked behind the shop in the city, and a whole, kind of like a little story about what happened there. And here's another one that I have there for it's the G-Men, Heroes of the Law, from 1936 gum. So just some cool stuff from the 30s. Here's another one from the 30s, and this is the 1936. This is the Walt Disney, really my favorite Disney card. And this is the Mitchell cigarettes, number 17 Walt Disney, and this is a gallery of 1935. But it's a beautiful card of Disney, beautiful portrait of Walt Disney. I think this is, I don't know, it's the second card, and then in the back it tells you about Walt Disney. So really my favorite card of Walt Disney. And then the rookie card of Walt Disney is right before that, which is the 1931 Wills. And this is a very famous one. Everybody knows this card. It's just a beautiful card also. And very famous, and because it's really the first one of Mickey Mouse with Walt. So let's take a good look at that. Just a beautiful card. Walt look, there's the Mickey Mouse. In the back, it tells you. So it talks about him, and he first made Oswald the Rabbit, then Steamboat Willie, and that's where Mickey Mouse came out. And that's just a great classic card. If there's any card you're gonna have in a non-sports collection, this is the one I recommend. And here's a card from Cuba, and this is a 1915 Susini, and this is George Washington. It's from the album Universal album. And again, this is a series that has a lot of different, has sports, non-sports, and a bunch of other stuff in there. And this is the first series that has the famous people, and this is George Washington. And again, these were from Cuba, and they were pasted in albums, and you can see that all those cards were from the album Universal from Susini, and it's a celebrities collection on this one here. And that's the George Washington. I also have the Jose Marti, and Jose Marti is considered the George Washington of Cuba, the one that liberated Cuba from Spain. And that's incredible mustache he has there. So that's a cool card of Jose Marti. Again, you know, pasted in albums, and you can see number 79. Celebridades, celebrities. From Susini, 1915. And to go a little further back, it's the Duke's N76, 1888 N76, Duke and Sons, the Great American set. This is one of the prettiest sets from the 1800s, and the Great American set has really, you know, all the main guys like Benjamin Franklin and stuff like that. And it's a great set. I only have a couple of the cards from that set. I have this Benjamin West, and I have this Daniel Webster. You can see just the artwork and stuff on these are just awesome. Here's the back. So you see all the checklist on there, just all the famous, you know, Thomas Edison is the one I would love to have one day. But great cards, beautiful cards here. And you see the artwork on those cards. And then one of my prized non-sports things is this, when I picked up a proof sheet. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. And this is a proof sheet from the 1800s of the Duke All-American, Great Americans. And you could see, you know, it's just a paper, kind of like a pretty thick paper. There's another sheet there trying to keep it flattened out, but the back is blank, and you could see how they literally put the colors on there by hand and matched it to the sheet that they printed and where they were supposed to cut. And the difference there is that this has the Duke, space for the Duke cigarette thing here, which goes there. But this is a really, really cool sheet. Look at the Francis Scott. This is prior to printing the cards. This is prior to printing, where they had to make sure that the colors matched up. So this is printed by hand. So they'd look at that red, make sure that red matched up with that. This is the actual colors they wanted. And this is the proof sheet that was printed to check to make sure that the colors were all printed properly. And unfortunately, the Ben Franklin is damaged there, but you can see you know, a little bit of foxing and stuff there for being so old, and where they would draw the lines, where the border of the cards would be. So I don't want to take it out here because it's a pretty delicate piece. It's from 1888, but you can see it's the proof sheet from the 1888 Duke Great Americans. I keep saying All-American. And probably the only one known. I've never seen one, I've never seen another. It's the only one I've seen, so, but it's just a gorgeous piece, and the artwork on that is just, you know, so these had to be perfectly printed because this was going to the artist that actually was going to check this, make sure that everything was fine before they said, you know, run the presses. So I think that's just a cool piece of history showing how these cards were actually printed. So, and then, you know, the end result would be these cards here. That's the end result. So that's one of my favorite pieces there. And some ungraded stuff, I'll show some ungraded stuff. This is an Ogden, Thomas Edison. This I'll probably get graded one day. These are blank back. This one's got some writing on it, but you know, that's the way it was back in the day. I think this is a 1915 Edison. Let's get a good look at that Edison here. I think that's what it is. But that's an Ogden's. They did a lot of funny little strip cards, and I've shown this one before. You know, this, you know, you picked this up for 50 cents in the thing. Just found this, but I thought it was so cool because it's got Charlie Chaplin over here, and it's got the kid beating him up there, and it says, putting it over, he's beating the guy up. So I just thought it was a cool little strip card. I picked that up. And back in like the 1911, I think this is, they actually had some silk cards, just like they had baseball silks. They also had silks from different places, different things. And this is from the flags. You can see the factory. It was from New York, and this is from Spain, and it's a piece of silk. And it came from the Egyptian straight cigarettes. So just like the baseball, they also made silks and different things. And this is the Cuba. Since I was born in Cuba, I had to pick up stuff from Cuba. So this is the silk. Also from Cuba, the same thing as that, the Egyptian cigarettes. And there are also cards from of flags that are, I think these are 1909. No, I think they're older than that, but they are recruit little cigarettes. So I just love the backs of these, and you can pick these up really pretty cheap out there. I think these were like $5 or something like that. But they're really cool. And this is the flags of all nations. And you can see this one's kind of cool. It's got like an overprint or something on there. But pretty neat. This one is Spain. Here's one from Venezuela. And they're really, really cool. I just love the artwork on these. These are from the 1800s, and this one has some rosas, cigarros. So it's a different back, different cigarettes. So again, just like the T206s and stuff like that, you can get these with different backs. So different cigarettes. So I don't know the rarities of these. I just thought they're kind of cool. So, and they're very inexpensive. These I think are from 1909, and these are the Mogul cigarettes, and these are the Toast cards, Toast series. There's a Toast series from Mogul Egyptian cigarettes. In New York, they have some type of stamp on there. But these are kind of like you toast certain things, so they have different sayings on this. The tailor, the most charitable of men, he takes measure to hide the imperfections and cover up faults of mankind. So they just have cool stuff there. And here's another one that, sorry, that. Move these cards to the side. There's another one of the moguls. Another one of the mogul cards, and this one's cool because it says it's trumps. A card maker may he often turn up trumps. But that's another one of the mogul cigarettes, Egyptian cigarettes. And these are really, really inexpensive cards. This is from the 1800s. And these are like 3-paneled cards. And this has like the coat of arms and stuff. This was from Cuba. And in the back, it's got the whole story of the nations and stuff. So you can get this really, again, it's from Duke and Sons. And you can get these pretty cheap, but they're really cool, and they're from the 1800s. So just some stuff you don't see very often. And you know, there's other countries that have a lot of this stuff. Here's kind of pretty rare postcard too. You can also pick up some postcards. It's one of my favorite postcards, and this is George Washington, and this is from 1911. Let's fix my stand here a little bit here. And the cool thing about this postcard is that it's like the gold flaked and embossing. You can see it almost makes like a 3D effect. It's really tough to see on here, but here by the back, you see that? All the embossing, and even the gold area is embossed, and it has like 3D. And you can see this was actually postmarked 1911. And you know, that's why I like these things. And it says on here that good sleighing weather, or good sleighing now. And you know, this was sent early in the winter time, so good sleighing. She's telling the lady it's good sleighing, and sending her this beautiful gold bordered postcard embossed of George Washington. So this is from 1911, so I'm assuming the card is probably from that era, 1911 or 1910 or something around there. So that's another cool piece, pretty inexpensive. You know, stuff like that you can pick up pretty cheaply. And I guess that's about it. I've got a few other things. You know, there's a lot of stuff from other countries. Let me show a couple more, I guess. I mean, I don't want a long video. Here's one of the United States, which is cool because it shows the skyline of the United States and the Statue of Liberty. And this is from Spain, Barcelona, chocolate. It's a chocolate card. And I think this is again from the early 1900s or maybe late 1800s. I'm not really sure, but it's in Spanish, and it says around the world, and it's from the chocolate in Barcelona. So a lot of cool stuff out there. And if you're into the non-sports, you know, there's a lot of stuff to look into, either from, you know, foreign and also here from the States. So just wanted to share a little bit of my non-sport stuff, and, you know, some of my favorite pieces from my collection as far as in the non-sports era. So I'll line them up one more time here. I just really appreciate everybody watching my videos and, you know, just commenting. I mean, the main thing for me is you guys comment on the videos and really share your thoughts on, you know, what do you think, and just appreciate all that stuff. It's just the best part of the hobby is, you know, we collect alone for all our lives, and then all of a sudden, you know, I decide to go on YouTube, and I've made more friends on YouTube than I think I've made in my life because I have hundreds of friends now through this YouTube beautiful experience, and I'm enjoying it so much. So thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week. I'll probably put some videos out before the weekend, but if I don't, everybody have a good weekend. So I'll catch you on the next one. Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Please like and subscribe.